Hello class, welcome to our channel. This is Alan Shane at your service. Thank you so much class for choosing Alan Shane's tutorial for you to be able to know more about accounting. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. So in our today's discussion class, we will have an exercise. Exercise about how are we going to compute the amount of the missing element of the financial position. So let's proceed. So here we have an exercise 1.1. We have the assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. And as you can see, there are missing elements here. So what are we going to do is we will compute how much is the missing amount in each item. Okay, are you ready class? Okay, so here before we can compute the amount of the missing element of the financial position, we have to remember what the basic foundation in computing this missing element, and that is the basic accounting equation. And what is the basic accounting equation? Assets is equal to liabilities plus owner's equity. Okay, so we will use this accounting equation in order for us to identify and compute how much is the missing element. Okay, here in exercise 1.1 letter A, we have assets of how much? 270,000 and 69,000 for liabilities. We will find the missing element in the owner's equity. So how much? So diba in the basic accounting equation, assets should be equals to liabilities and owner's equity. So is equal to liabilities plus owner's equity. So now, how much are we going to add for the liabilities in order to be balanced or to be equal with the assets? So here we have to assets, which is 270,000, and we have to deduct the liabilities. So we have 201,000 pesos. So ginawa natin dito in order to find the owner's equity is assets minus liabilities. Okay? Nakuha class, assets minus liabilities. Okay, ulitin ha. Assets minus liabilities. So now, let's check if our answer is correct. So, 201,000 plus 69,000 is equal to 270,000. So, therefore, the 201,000 is correct because liabilities plus owner's equity is balanced with our assets. Now, let's proceed to letter B. We have assets worth 530,000, liabilities missing, and the owner's equity is 320,000. So now, we will find the liabilities. So, how much are we going to add from our owner's equity in order to be equal with our assets? So, we have assets na 530,000 less the owner's equity na 320,000. So, our liabilities is equal to 200,000. So, assets minus owner's equity. Okay? So, assets less owner's equity. So, let's check if our answer is correct, the 210,000 pesos. So, 210,000 plus 320,000. So, 530,000. Therefore, our answer is correct because it is balanced with the assets. Next, we have in the assets missing, liabilities of 105,000 and owner's equity 520,000. So now we have to find the assets. And how are we going to find the assets? Liabilities plus owner's equity. So liabilities of 105,000 plus 520,000. So the total assets is 625,000. So, paano natin siya kinuha? Liabilities plus owner's equity. Okay? So, we will check 105,000 plus 520,000. Therefore, our answer is correct because assets is balanced with the liabilities and owner's equity. Excuse me. Okay, now let's proceed to letter D. We have assets of 436,200, liabilities of 235,240, and now we will find how much is the owner's equity. So, how are we going to find it? So, we have to deduct the liabilities from the assets. Okay? So, 436,200 less 235,240. So, our total owner's equity is 200,960 asset minus liabilities. Okay, so how are we going to check if it's correct? So 200,960 plus 205,240. So the same with the assets. So it is balance. Next, we have letter E. Assets is missing. Liabilities, we have 700,000 and our owner's equity is negative 200,000. So now let's find or let's compute what or how much is the assets. So here we have, if we can see an open and closed parenthesis, it means negative. So here, mas malaki ang liabilities kesa sa assets. Nakuha? So, we have to add the 700,000 plus do not forget the negative sign na 200,000. So, our assets is 500,000. Diba I told you a while ago that in this given, we will know that the liabilities is greater than the assets because the owner's equity is in a negative form. So here we have an asset of 500,000 pesos. So let's check if it's correct. 700,000 plus negative 200,000 is equal to 500,000. So liabilities plus owner's equity. Okay? So next, we have this exercise 1.2. The same that it is a computation of the amount of the missing element. Okay, here we have a problem letter A. Angel Curtis Boutique has assets of 750,000 and owner's equity of 400,000. So here in letter A, we have assets daw of how much? 750,000. No liabilities and owner's equity of how much? 400,000. Now, the missing element is the liability. So, let's find out how much or let's compute how much is the liability. So, 750,000 less 400,000. So, the liabilities is 350,000. Assets minus owner's equity. Okay, nakuha. So, 350,000 ang ating sagot. So, let's check if it's correct. 350,000 plus 400,000, so 750,000. So, it is equal to the assets. Next, we have letter B. Ryan Castañeda Acting Studio has assets of, how much is the assets? 525,000. And liabilities of 138,000. So now, what is the missing element? The missing element is the owner's equity. So, the missing element, so let's compute how much is the missing element. So, 525,000 less the 138,000 liabilities. So, we have owner's equity of 387,000. So, let's check if it's correct. 387 plus 138. So, 525,000. And it is equal to the assets na 525,000. Okay, assets less liabilities. Next, letter C. Dennis Atom Laundry Shop has liabilities of, how much is the liabilities? 159,000. And owner's equity of how much? 236,200. So, our asset is equal to, so 159,000 plus 236,200. So, our assets is equal to 395,200. Okay? So, assets is equal, liabilities plus owner's equity. So, we will check if it's correct. So, 159,000 plus 236,200. So, the same with our assets na 395,200. Okay, class, naintindihan? So, that's it for our discussion about the computation of the amount of the missing element of the financial position. So, do not forget the basic accounting equation, class, which is assets is equal to liabilities plus owner's equity, because that is your foundation here in the basic accounting. Thank you so much, class, for listening, and don't forget to subscribe and share our channel, and also share our videos. Thank you so much, class. God bless.